Week 18 of the fantasy basketball season, and here's a few guards I look to sell. This guy, Jalen Brunson of the New York Knicks. Jalen Brunson, he's taken the league by storm, no doubt about it, this season in his first year with the New York Knicks, and obviously the first year as one of the main guys on the team after being in the shadows of Luka Doncic over the last few seasons. On the season here for Brunson, 23.9 points a game, 3.5 rebounds, 6.2 assists, 1.9 threes, and 48% from the field. But the last couple weeks, he's been playing like a man possessed. 32.5 points a game, 4 rebounds, 6.3 assists, and 60% from the field. So Jalen Brunson, he definitely was an all-star snub, in my opinion. And right now, he's been on a tear for this New York Knicks team, putting up huge lines and having monster ball games that I didn't never imagine you would see from a guy like Jalen Brunson going to a new team. Figuring he was a couple-year wonder with the Mavericks, but now, well, he's getting his time to shine, and he's putting in the games here as Brunson. February 10th at Philly, 30 points, 7 rebounds, 9 assists, 2 threes, 63% from the field. February 11th versus Utah, 38 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, a steal, 2 threes, 50% from the field. And February 13th versus the Brooklyn Nets, he blew up in that one. 40 points, 2 rebounds, 5 assists, a block, 6 threes, 71% from the field. So Brunson right now putting up career numbers, and he's on the best few-game tear of his NBA career. So right now, he's definitely a sell-high guy. No doubt about it. He's a good player, but right now I think he could get 2 solid players in a deal before the All-Star break here for Jalen Brunson. And like I said, he's a guy that can shoot the 3-ball. He could score the basketball pretty much from anywhere on the court and assist it. But right now, while his value's at peak value, no doubt about it, scoring 30 or more points in the last 3 ball games here, he's a guy would sell high and try to get a nice package in a deal for him. So this week, big sell high candidate is Brunson, no doubt about it. The next guard I look to sell and trade this week here is Desmond Bane of the Memphis Grizzlies. So Desmond Bane, he's having a solid season for this Grizzly team, and he's become a 3-ball specialist and a scoring specialist out of nowhere over the last couple seasons. On the year, 21.4 points a game, 4.9 rebounds, 4.2 assists, a steal, 3.1 threes a game, and 46% from the field. In the last few weeks, 20.5 points a game, 3.8 rebounds, 4.2 assists, 1.8 steals, 3.2 threes, and 51% from the field. So Desmond Bane, he's a guy scoring all over the place for this Grizzly team, second or third option on this roster right now. But he's a guy that for some reason the whole season I've been figuring he's going to fizzle out for this Memphis Grizzly team. February 7th versus the Bulls, 17 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, a block, 3 threes, 50% from the field. February 10th versus the Timberwolves, 20 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals, a 3, 50% from the field. And February 12th at Boston, 18 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists, a steal, 3 blocks, 3 threes, 50% from the field. So Desmond Bane, he's another guy. You got to get a lot for him right now in a deal. He gives you 5 or 6 categories, no doubt about it. And if you want a big man with a high field goal percentage and averaging a double-double, I think it's a pretty fair deal here, where Bane's a 3-point specialist and a guy that'll give you categories. But if you need a big man in the deal, this is a type of deal I obviously will make. I'm not just going to dump Desmond Bane off for anything. But right now, while he's at peak value and playing great basketball as well, he's definitely a guy to sell high this week. In the third and final guard I look to sell and trade high this week. Here's Cam Thomas of the Brooklyn Nets. Cam Thomas last week had some monster ball games that you never thought you would see from him, obviously, with this Brooklyn Net team. But now he's come back down to earth over the last few games here. On the season, 10.6 points a game, 1.7 rebounds, 1.5 assists, and 45% from the field. But the last couple weeks, 27.7 points a game, 3.3 rebounds, 2.7 assists, 2.3 threes, and 48% from the field. So Cam Thomas, he was playing those monster minutes, especially after the Irvin trade and the Durant trade, where guys weren't ready yet to play for this Brooklyn Net team. And he's not playing major minutes like he was a few games ago, now 18, 20-minute range. But the last few games here for Thomas, February 4th versus the Wizards, 44 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 threes, 69% from the field. February 6th versus the Clippers, 47 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 7 threes, 51% from the field. February 7th versus the Suns, 43 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal, a block, 3 threes, 47% from the field. So 3 games in a row with 40 points plus. Just off of that alone, with his track record, you sell him high. February 9th versus the Bulls, 20 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, a 3, 18% from the field. February 11th versus Philly, 14 points, a rebound, 2 assists, 58% from the field. And February 13th versus the Knicks, 7 points, a rebound, and 25% from the field. So Cam Thomas, he's been a guy on a scoring tear over the last couple weeks, even though, like I said, he's been coming back down to earth here on the last 3 ball games. But he's a guy that could get to the free throw line and will. And where he was scoring those 40-plus ball games, he at least hit 8 or more free throws in those. So right now, well, he's fizzling out a little bit here, Thomas. Even though we saw what he could be capable of 3 games in a row with 40-plus points, this would be a perfect time to sell him high, with the Nets bringing in Cam Johnson, obviously, bringing in Dory Finney-Smith, Mikal Bridges, a lot of guys that's going to play some minutes here, and Spencer Dinwiddie. Thomas, right now, the minutes are going down, and he's a guy that's a perfect sell-high candidate. So that's a few guards I look to sell and trade here in Week 18 of the fantasy basketball season.